Hey guys, so this is the tutorial video on doing the felt flower bouquets. So this is my finished bouquet. So I got my little roses right here, and then I'll show you how to do that. So this turned out really nice. So you can keep these for yourself, give them to somebody as a Valentine's Day gift. These would probably look really nice in a small vase. All right, so let's hop into it and I'll show you how I make it. All right, let's go. Okay, so everything that you're going to have in your kit, you are going to get one of these little bottles filled with quick dry tacky glue. You're also going to get some green pipe cleaners, and then you're going to also get various colors of felt, and then also, you're going to have some greens for leaves. And then to finish it, got some leftover ribbon here from one of our projects this winter. So I'm going to give you a little bit of this pretty ribbon to go ahead and tie your bouquets together when you're finished. Okay, so I have leftover felt from another project. So I'm going to get these away, and I'm going to just go ahead and bring out some of my leftover felt. Okay, so I did give you some white felt. If you want to make one white rose, you can. I was just thinking that after you've made your rose, you will have little leftover pieces of this white. If you've ever seen a bouquet, they put something in there called baby's breath, and those are those tiny little white flowers they sort of use to accent bouquets. You can make some with the leftover white. So I'm going to give you enough pipe cleaners to do that as well. So this is a full sheet. You guys are going to be getting half sheets of the felt. So I'm going to just take one of these out of the package. And I'm just going to go ahead and just cut it in half really quick, because that will be what you guys are going to get. So the first step in order to make a felt rose is to cut the rose out of your fabric in a spiral pattern. So what you want to do is you just want to keep going in a spiral pattern until you reach the center. So that's what I'm going to do right now. You don't need to have a pattern pre-cut this. So you start here, and then you just start cutting in a long, big spiral. All right, so I've got this now in a spiral. So I'll just push this out here so that you can see it. Okay, so now I've got my spiral cut. So what you're going to want to do now is to start from the outside. And I'm going to fix this really quick because there's a couple jagged pieces. You want it to be somewhat smooth. Okay, so what you do is you start from the outside and you work your way in. So you're going to roll it. And so what you do is just with your hands, you can roll it. Now one thing you can also do is to put it on your pipe cleaner first. So that is actually what I'm going to do. It will make this a little bit easier for you, is to go ahead and put a piece of glue right here on the end of your spiral and glue it to your pipe cleaner. So I am going to just go ahead and open this up. All right. Now the little bottles that I'm going to send to you guys, you also have to do the same thing. So you will just cut the tip off with your scissors. Okay. And put a little dab here on the end of your spiral. And then just go ahead and put your pipe cleaner in there. You don't want the pipe cleaner to go clear to the end, because you don't want to see the pipe cleaner poking out of your rose. All right, so now you can just go ahead and start rolling it. And it's a little messy because, you know, you're going to get glue on your fingers when you first start. Okay. So what you do is you start to roll it around and around. I gotta start that again. Okay. All right, so you put your pipe cleaner in here and start rolling it. So it's important to have it in this direction. So you want your pipe cleaner to be going this way. And the reason that is that when you start rolling this, because of the spiralness to it, the top is going to start flaring just like a rose would. Okay, so as you're going around your circle, about every inch or so, I would just put like a little dab of the tacky glue. Now you don't want to use too much because you don't want glue, you know, squeezing out from all the edges of your rose. All right, so you just roll it. You see that? Okay. Now this glue is a fast drying glue, but it does take about 30 minutes. So you want to, as best you can, keep your rose sort of pinched onto your pipe cleaner. All right, put a little bit more. That was a little much. Now some people like to start rolling it from the center and then working your way out. Either way works, doesn't matter. And I'm actually going to just take a little bit of this center piece out, because you really don't need that. Okay, so now we take a little bit of our fabric glue, put it on the end. Okay, and then you just close it. All right, so once this all dries, I'm going to show you, you're going to have a little rose. So there is what? There's about 5 different pink, red hue colors that I'm sending you, and then the white. So there'll be enough for you to make 5 or 6 roses, and then any of the leftover white that you use, you can use that to make baby's breath. I've also included 2 colors of green felt so that you can make some leaves. And basically what you do is just cut out a leaf shape, pinch it, and then you just put it around here. So I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and then I will come back, you know, glue on a couple leaves onto this just to show you how it's done. But this is a quick dry. It looks like it might already be drying. It feels like it's already drying. I'm going to put just a tiny bit on this little corner. because I don't want that to start poking out. Okay, now if you get a little bit of this white glue showing, don't worry, the stuff does dry clear, so you won't see it once it dries. Okay, and there we go. There is my first flower rose. So I'm going to make sure that this dries really, really good. I'm just going to leave it alone. So the next thing, I'm just going to show you how to make a quick leaf. So I've got a bit of my green here, and I'm just going to cut off a square. The leaves don't need to be that big. I've got 2 here. Alrighty. Okay, so that's enough to make one good size leaf. Now, if you've ever seen rose, the leaves are sort of elongated and a little jaggedy, so that's what I'm going to do first. Is I'm going to make my shape. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this down this way. So, okay, so I left that piece sort of blunted right there for a reason. This is where I'm going to glue. And if you also want to make this a little bit more realistic, because the leaves on roses are a little on the jaggedy side on the edges, so I'm just taking my scissors and I'm just sort of cutting a little bit of a jagged, rough end. Okay? So, pretty simple. Just take this end of the leaf, put some glue on it. Alright. Okay. Oh, another thing, always remember when you're not using your glue, put the cap back on so that the glue does not dry inside the bottle. Alright, so now that I've got my rose, it's a little bit on the drier side, so I'm going to just put on my leaf, and I'm going to just sort of wrap this around like so. And then I'm just going to keep it pinched for a few minutes until this starts to dry better. So it is a quick drying glue, but you do have to sort of pinch this for a few minutes. But that is basically how you put on some of the leaves. All right, so I'm going to just hold this for a few minutes. I'm going to hit pause. Okay? All right, be back in a few minutes. Okay, so my little bouquet is finished. I didn't finish putting on leaves. I only put 1 leaf on, that one that I showed you. If you want to go ahead and put on more leaves, that is totally fine. I'm just doing 1 leaf just because of time management. So there is my finished little bouquet. And then, you know, I put it together with a little ribbon. I'll give you guys a bit of ribbon so that you can tie these together if you want. But yeah, there's my little bouquet. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for watching. Bye.